About your sparkling wine service.
I think she did great. She poured a taste, and then she also asked if I wanted asked about the temperature.
Okay,
and
good.
If I wanted that ice bucket.
Okay.
Mostly now it's fine.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
No, I think she did flawlessly.
Okay, cool. Mike, any thoughts about your service?
I would want an ice bucket with mine, but maybe we're supposed to ask, I don't know, which table service.
Okay.
I always offer an ice bucket. But other than that, like, pouring is correct, taste is correct. Also, leave when you're opening champagne, you twist from the bottom while you pour it. You always want to go to the face of the spill top.
Cool. One.
I love the fact that you just brought an ice bucket right away. That was great. The opening was good. The placement of the glasses could have been better. And also using the napkin on top of the fork when you're uncorking and presenting the board.
Yeah, good. That was something that the three of you each did, or I should say did not do. But when you're opening that bottle, remember, you left it completely exposed. You want to always keep that safe, right? So traditionally, you're supposed to, ideally, I like to make it a little dramatic, right? You open up your parachute. That's what you can call it. But anyways, open up your parachute, and then you'll cover up that bottle. You'll twist the bottle until you find that key on the cage. Then you unfurl that 6 times, right? Once you know it's loose, then you can cover, right? Because what that is an extra safety net, because that's 6 atmospheres of pressure, right? That bottle wants to come out. Eric had great bartender information, giving me some fun facts about 2 deaths a year. Yeah, 2 deaths from that. I've seen a very dear friend of mine, when she was a bartender for me before, she took one right to the face because she was like, it's not coming out, it's not coming out. Yeah, so you always want to take off the cork and the cage together, okay? So those come off together, and ideally you want it covered by a napkin. And then one thing, yes, for you, James, we're holding it here and doing this.
Yeah.
You always want to hold it at a 45-degree angle and then twist from the bottom back and forth, not all the way around. Do you know why you hold it at a 45-degree angle? What's that? So it's mostly for safety. So basically, if you pull, if that cork gets away from you, it will soar as opposed to here or here, right? 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 45 degrees, it'll go like this, okay? I've also seen one fly and hit fall in a bassinet for a baby. So imagine how nervous that one was. So do it like that. So remember, if you keep a tight folded serviette and you want to just cover it, however, this is going to be very crude, but if you were to say do this instead, if this is somehow comfortable, whatever your tight fold is, that's okay too. I'm not going to tell you not to, as long as you're taking off the cork and the cage all at the same time. Okay? Definitely the other thing I saw for Teresa and James, bring an ice bucket. Every time. Yeah, it's good. For white wine, definitely. I love that you asked for temperature. White wine, still white wines, always. I think that's a great method to do it. For champagne, it should always get a nice bucket because we want it served perfectly chilled all the time. Okay?
James was quite loud, but he knew that.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, so I would expect him to not do that. And, you know, it's not the finest bottle of champagne. Who knows what it's been through before it got to here, right? Yep, exactly. And then present your cork. The three of you did not present your cork. Remember, just like any other wine, let's get a coaster on the table, present that cork. It could still be an indication of cork taint, perhaps. So we always want to present that, just like anything else, or for God forbid some sort of counterfeit, something like that. Yeah. But I think the way everyone poured was great. Again, I saw James do a really good job of basically prepping his table. He moved his stuff around. He moved the glass, right? Remember, this is your show. You're in full control of this table. They are your guests. Their experience is all based on you. So, for instance, Eric, what I would love to see is for you to move that. You did great. You kind of had a thought for what you want to do, but I want you to move this and put everything in succession, right? So everything gets moved cocktail should be just behind the water glass. So come by, reset the table. That's something you can do throughout a service anyways too, even if you're not performing a beverage service. Reset yourself, it's okay. The other day I was telling some of the people that were here yesterday, but there was someone who had their drink glass over here. I asked them flat, I said, are you left-handed? They said no. I went right into putting everything back the way I wanted it because I was about to serve a new bottle and I wanted to be very clear what I was going into next. Obviously it's clear to see, I've got a Cabernet that's here and then we're moving on to a Champagne. We're not going to get those mixed up, but either way, you want to be proper. And then if they move it again after that, no problem. Okay? Cool. Any other thoughts, questions? What's that? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I knew what you were doing. It's okay, yeah. Yes?
So, if there are 4 guests and then they get the bottle of champagne, there's like literally like this much left in the bottle, do you still want us to
If there's 4 guests, you should probably have more than that. You should, or, more than this. Yeah, I would say, because theoretically, if they bought a bottle, you're not doing a normal glass pour, which is probably right above that ridge, that crest, right? I would go right at the crest to start, theoretically, because they don't need to, because you want to keep it nice and cold. Might take them a little while to get down to the ends of it, and so I'd rather pour them essentially a half glass, put that back in ice to stay chilled, and then come back later and pour more. So, if you had a table of 7 or 8, then you might be pouring out that full bottle on it.
So for a celebratory purpose, say I have a limited tasting.
Yep.
But also for cheersing, should I wait for the finish to cheers out the glass and continue right there?
No, I think it's celebratory, but for our purposes, you would still pour the same amount. Yeah, unless they somehow were like, we would love to split 2 glasses just so that we can toast. Then you would bring over an open bottle and then pour them a half glass each. And but if it's like this, I would go ahead and pour them around. Yeah, which is still not a lot, right? Cool. Any other thoughts? Okay, practice that. Remember those. Those are some key details, right? You guys did a beautiful job. I think the guests were well taken care of. But ice bucket, napkin on top of the cage and the cork. Cage and the cork come off together. 45-degree angle. Present cork. Those are good.
Does it matter right or left-handed?
No, whatever you're comfortable with. Are you left-handed?
I'm not left-handed, but for some reason I feel more comfortable opening it.
Do it that way. Yeah, absolutely. That's no problem. Cool. Good job, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.